You're listening to the Super Domestique podcast, Canada's premium cycling podcast, brought to you by the Last Drop Cycling Club.
What do you think about that? Like, I know I struggled with it at the start of cycling where, you don't tell your wife or your significant other the price of these products, right? Because they're ridiculous. Bottle cage is $120. Why would... It's insane. Do you think the culture that we see sometimes on Instagram is messed up? Because you see a lot of those memes, reels, like, oh, I went to the bike store. Oh, yeah. I spent $50, but you actually spent $800.
So I think a big part of it for me, I'm not going to speak for everyone, but for me, it's like, this is my one main hobby. Okay, so I've got two, maybe lifting and cycling, but cycling is the expensive one.
Yeah.
And to me, personal justification is that this is my one thing. And relative to other hobbies, it's healthy. Mm-hmm. It is not as expensive.
No.
Okay, like compared to like car stuff.
Cars have golf. TLD's membership's not $25K.
It's social. Mm-hmm. So it's like all these like, and then I'm like, okay, I'm willing to spend a couple hundred here and there. And it's like not crazy. It's like affordable to the average person. Like you don't got to go Durace.
No.
Like you can, like everyone could drop like a couple.
You can be less safe.
You can be less safe. So I just feel like if it's my one thing, like do it. And it gives me so much of that joy.
Yeah.
So that's how I justify it. But the wife thing.
But do you think the culture on social media is messed up? Are we putting the wrong thing out there? Are creators putting the wrong thing of like, hide it from your wife. Don't tell her. I went to the store. I spent $900, told her it was $25. Like, do you think that culture's fucked up?
Yeah, I mean, you should never lie to your wife. Or never lie to your partner. But no.
But is the perpetuation...
Have I done it? Well, I've done it.
Oh, for sure. I've done it too. And it's not good. And I've learned now, at this time in my cycling journey, is transparency is everything if you want to maximize the hobby.
For sure. Oh, for sure. But so for me, we share banking stuff.
For sure.
So like if I buy something, it's gonna show up on my statement.
Yeah.
So it's like I've done in the past where I bought something and I'm like, oh, it's like I like high level. I was like a couple hundred.
Yeah.
She'd be like, oh, okay, that's expensive. And then it'll show up on the statement and it'll be like $600.
Yeah.
She'd be like, are you
hundred.
fucked? Like, what did you buy that was $600?
Bottle cages.
My saddle.
Yeah.
So expensive.
And
I don't know if it was worth it. But yeah, I said it was like for my health. Because I like...
There you go.
So I like went to the studio, tried on all the saddles, got my special SMP curved saddle, curved one. And I was like sending Elena, before I told her the price, I sent her all these like genital health, like prostate articles.
She's like, we have 2 kids, Zach. I don't care.
This is before Jones though.
Yeah, okay.
So this is before our second. And I was like, and like cancer. Like not just like like fertility stuff. I was like cancer. I was like, oh, like it's been shown like good saddles will prevent, or bad saddles can trigger like prostate cancer. I was like, I'm very scared about that. So like priming her that I make the purchase, and she's like, oh, yeah, I mean for your prostate health, maybe.
Okay, so you know what I'm going to ask you, was the carbon rails part of the prostate? Yeah. You can have
for the prostate? Yes. No literature to support it, but anyways, I like primed her for that.
Perfect. I mean, I guess I use those strategies too, but like I literally know people who have a separate credit card for the hobby.
Oh, dude, that's crazy.
I can't do that. I don't. Yeah.
So, but like strategically, you're now putting up your hobby as the negative feeling with your partner.
Yeah.
So every time you go out to do a ride or do club or buy something, it's like I'm building up this negativity with my partner.
Yeah.
And that's like not a good way to go.
No, it's not. I think that's why I think some of the social media does bug me when you see it and you're like, it perpetuates this idea that wives or husbands should be hiding this kind of stuff from their respective partners. It's funny. It's good for social media. Obviously, it probably gets tons and tons of hits, but overall, it's probably not good for the culture. Like Eliza and I went to Velaholics. She always comes with me. I find it absolutely insane that she takes this level of interest. So very grateful. She came in, and there was a guy there who was like, "Oh, love your bike, so beautiful. I can't believe your wife is here." Like, and I hope one day that conversation doesn't happen.
Bro, you are at the pinnacle. Like, well done. And all the guys, all the husbands are like, slow clap.
Yeah.
You are at the pinnacle. She literally, like, legit supports you on all cycling stuff to another level. Bro, I have a hard time getting out for a ride. And Elena's supportive.
I know.
You're doing this fucking cycling podcast, like doing all this stuff, filming. That's amazing.
You know what's fucked up the other day? She says to me something like, "Oh yeah, it's because the carbon like layup is like this," and I'm like,
"Oh, that's awesome, dude. That's unreal." Elena's like, "Why does a bike cost that much? Why can't? What happens to your like aluminum?
Yeah,
like what is the carbon free? Like why?
Why? We're
still at that level. You're at her explaining to other people the importance." Dude, that's next level.
It's transcended to the point where I'm like, Eliza, so it doesn't matter, right?
You're so lucky, dude.
Thanks for checking out the Super Domestique podcast. Follow us on Instagram or find us at thelastdrop.cc to learn more.